Welcome to Let's Be Real, everyone. How's it going? I'm your host, Joe Mambu.
The remote Joe Mambu. What's good, boy?
What's going on? Yeah, I had to be remote. I'm here at work. Well, so you know, I couldn't be there for this episode in person, but you know, I still had to support my guys. So.
The ultimate grinder over here.
Yeah, man. You know, so. But what's going on, man? Big Sherm, QB, what's up,
QB,
man?
what's going on?
We holding the fort,
he
sir.
not even let us introduce ourselves.
Word. No, he actually did. He actually did tell us to introduce ourselves though.
Okay.
I am Big Sherm, of course.
I'm QB.
You know, Joe's remote right now doing his thing out there, you know, but he's still coming to bring the sports, being the moderator that he is. So, Joe, let's get to it, brother.
Yes, sir. So this episode is called episode 53, and it's called Cheat Code. And the reason why it's called Cheat Code because one of the best teams ever in the league, especially this year's iteration of that team, the Golden State Warriors, is just kind of just mucking up the league and then mucking up everyone in the league. We're also going to, and this is without DeMarcus Cousins. But before we get to that, we want to talk about Pacquiao versus Broner.
A fight that should have been done 10 years ago, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, you know it is. I don't think anybody's really excited about this fight, but it does lead to certain things that may happen in the future around spring. So we're talking about that. We're also talking about the hot seat that Luke Walton may be on. There's been reports out of Lakers camp just saying that Magic had a stern talk and that conversations were a bit volatile. So we're going to talk about, you know, is it, you know, really fair or not that Luke Walton's on the hot seat? And as well, we'll be talking about Derrick Rose. Well, Derrick Rose decided to come as his MVP self for Halloween, dropping
don't do that, bro. That man came from a lot, bro.
No, I listen, man. I get what you're saying. And our interview, you know, it was a good interview on the floor after the game, but we're going to talk about that Derrick Rose 50-point outing for the Timberwolves and what it just means going further for his career. So let's start with the Pacquiao Broner stuff first. Let me get you gentlemen's thought on this.
Q, go ahead, brother.
Well, Joe, first of all, I got to correct you. The fight is going to happen on either January the 12th or January the 19th.
They still don't got a friggin' date?
Yeah, I mean, it's about 90% done.
Okay, let me correct you. That Pacquiao Broner fight is happening January 12th or the 19th, but it may, if Pacquiao wins, it may lead to a rematch of Mayweather.
God. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, they are saying I was gonna get into that.
That's what they're talking.
Yeah,
about.
They're saying that the winner of the fight may have a fight with Floyd Mayweather. I'd rather see Broner fight Mayweather.
That's what I want to see.
Because he's never fought Mayweather before,
and he's talking a lot of shit.
And I mean, Pacquiao he's 39 now, but by the time he fights Broner, he'll be 40.
Yeah, so, and how old is Broner? He's like
Broner's 29. Yeah, Broner is 29.
He's 29,
Broner's fairly young.
Yeah,
he's young.
Yeah, so he's in his prime right now.
How he fall off so fast?
Well, I don't know, man. I mean,
what so fast?
I mean, Broner was never like super good to me. I mean,
I call him the Mayweather clone anyway.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, he don't really got the skill of Mayweather. You know, he's like a poor man's Mayweather.
Great value Mayweather. That is.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a horrible boxer.
No, he's not horrible by any means.
Yeah, he could be better.
And that's the thing that frustrates people. He can be more.
Yeah,
and we want to see more from dude, but dude be like. He be out there doing some next stuff like.
And when he fought Jesse Vargas back in April, I mean, the fight, it was a draw. It ended up being a draw. But I mean, it's arguable. I'd say Broner won a close fight, you know. But if he fights Manny Pacquiao the way he fought Vargas, I mean, shit, Pacquiao might lay him out. Because, I mean, hitting hard is still hitting hard. I don't care how old you are.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao punches hard.
No, of course.
You got that old man strength.
That's right. That's right. And for me, like I said, this fight is 10 years too late. Don't nobody care about this shit.
Well, 10 years is a little too much.
10 years too late. So you're talking about a 19-year-old Broner and a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
That's a little too much.
or 5 years. Okay, at least 5 years. This fight should have happened already.
I say it should have happened like around 2015, 2016, because Broner called him out back in 2014.
Years ago, Sherman being.
Yeah.
No, but you get what I mean. I kind of exaggerated that. I understand that, but
it's okay.
I'm just saying, like we would have cared about this fight a little while back ago when they were both still in their prime, but Pacquiao was still before the Marquez fight, really, because that's what we're really talking about. Because after Marquez, it really went downhill from there for Pacquiao.
Pretty much,
it went downhill. But now he's on his way. And to me, like I said, he got robbed by Jeff Horn. He was robbed.
He looked good in his last fight against Matisse, though.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's a setup fight. This is to get to here now.
Yeah.
But now Broner gonna talk his shit and be like, "Yo, he coming for smoke, and he better be careful, man, because Pacquiao still got that power, man, like you said." And I don't want to see that man like Zab Judah doing the Harlem, falling on the floor and stuff, man. I'd hate to see a man of his skill set go down like that and just end his career. His career, because if he loses this fight and he loses bad, his career's over. He's gonna be taking like pity fights after this. You feel me? Like Broner needs to win this fight, and I would love to see him fight Mayweather, fight his clone.
So Mayweather would school him.
You said fight his clone.
That's the clone.
But so would you say you guys both agree that you're not really interested in the rematch, the Pacquiao Mayweather Part 2? Because remember that fight was actually like 6 years too late.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Even though it's still one of the most grossing pay-per-view fights for combat sports, pay-per-views for combat sports, I think it's actually the most. But
it probably is. And then,
I don't know. I think a round 2 would get people more riled up.
Nah, I don't think that first fight was boring because neither one of them got a fucking nosebleed.
Exactly. Listen, they're counterpuncher, especially Mayweather. He's a counterpuncher.
Yeah.
So Pacquiao has to make the fight. Basically, he was trying, but a lot of people say it's the defense. Now, let me say this first and foremost. Mm-hmm. Floyd Mayweather is the best defensive fighter I have ever seen in my life. But with that, it's like, damn, son, can you mix up a little bit? I mean, okay. The rule of boxing, you're not supposed to get hit, but not get hit. But when the people are watching it, people watching for blood sport. You feel me? They want to see blood. They want to see knockouts. Once in a while, you want to see the sweet signs, the jabs, the rolling of the shoulder, and all that. But sometimes people want to see brawling, and that's what people want. People want blood.
That ain't what Floyd is about, though.
But
you got to be a real boxing aficionado to appreciate his style.
I understand that, but at the same time, like, damn, son, can we get a Mickey Ward versus Arturo Gatti type style fight? Can we get like Triple G versus Canelo, the first one, where guys were just battling?
That was a good fight, that Triple G Canelo fight.
But the fans want to see that. They're not trying to spend $50, $60 or even $100 on HD to sit there watch this man run around for 12 rounds. That's what he did with Berto. They just ran around for 12 minutes.
Yeah.
For 12 rounds, for 12 rounds. Come on. 12 rounds of that? Come on, bro. No anybody trying to see that no more.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about it, Joe?
I mean, me personally, we know Manny been exiled for like 2 years because of this whole tax thing that he had.
Right. Got to pay your taxes, man.
He had 2 fights, one in Australia, and I forgot where the other.
He had one against Lucas Matisse. I forgot where it was, but that was in July.
Yeah, that was in July last year, right?
No, July of this year.
Was it this year?
Yeah, I believe it was this year. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, and so I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know how. I know he's been fighting overseas. I don't know how much he has left, especially being, by that time that fight comes around 40. I kind of agree. I'm not really interested in seeing whoever the winner of this fight. I'm not so interested in this fight per se between Pacquiao and Broner. I'm just more interested in what it will bring if Broner, will fight his father Mayweather.
His father, come on,
I
just said clone. I'm doing with the Maury stuff. I'm just with the I'm just with the regular, like, clone, like the mentor, the mentee, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Leave that for Maury, bro.
They could definitely play it up like that, even though Quincy does make a point. He is a good fighter, but he's definitely not as skilled as Mayweather. I'm not so much interested in the Pacquiao Mayweather rematch. I know some people would be because they felt like Pacquiao got robbed, and there was stuff about his shoulder issues and things like that when he was fighting Mayweather the first time. But I think Broner kind of needs a rebound more than Pacquiao.
Doesn't need a This is his career on the line, bro.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you look at Broner's career. He got knocked out the last fight, right? I forgot who he was fighting, but
his last fight was a draw. His last fight
was a draw, and then the fight before that he lost. So he's 0-1-1 on the last 2 fights. So
damn.
I would love to see Broner be able to fight the guy that he mimics or he tries to mimic so much, and it definitely revitalized his career. I think Pacquiao, is an established fighter. Broner is as well, but Pacquiao is one of the legends, even though he didn't get the chance to beat Mayweather. So
no, he's still a legend.
Pacquiao's a household name.
Yeah. I mean, he held 8 different titles.
That's crazy,
so
bro.
You already know Pacquiao's the truth, and there's always going to be that one guy as a boxer that kind of got away. I mean, I am kind of the only thing I would like to see between Manny and Mayweather is the fact due to that 50-0 record against Conor McGregor was kind of atrocious.
We know what that was, man.
Floyd is a businessman. Yes. At the end of the day, he's just really able to monetize his athleticism.
True. Yeah, and that's true.
The less fights you fight, the more in shape you.
Yeah,
I think I'm saying it wrong, but you get what I'm saying, right? Yeah. Like the less fights, it's the less wear and tear on him, the better he is.
Yeah,
he's not taking as much punishment as like other fighters who are around his age now, who are trying to just like skirt by with fights. Like, I'll take this fight for this little bit of my whatever. Floyd doing it for $100 million all the time now.
Yeah. So it's understandable, but pertaining to this fight, I think. I would like to see Broner win, and if Broner can beat Pacquiao decisively, I think that just because Pacquiao is a legend within himself, that kind of brings Broner closer to the guy he mimics to, and to get to see that fight on paper may even get him the confidence to beat. I mean, imagine Mayweather loses to his clone. That would be a big story.
And the shit that Broner would talk forever.
Yeah, but I really doubt that would happen. Because Mayweather's beating better guys than that.
True. It only takes one punch, bro. It only takes one.
Yeah. But
he's beating guys that hit harder than that too.
And a man who you cloned, if you don't know his weaknesses by now, of a person you cloned.
But I mean, better fighters can find his weaknesses.
Listen, Shane Mosley came the closest to really beating this guy, but he just didn't have the juice. He was too old.
Yeah, well, Mayweather does have a tendency to fight guys a little bit past their prime. So,
I wouldn't say that. Most of the guys he fought over the last,
he fought De La Hoya.
A majority of the guys he fought over the last 10 years, he was older than. So I can't really agree with the past their prime thing.
Well, the thing is, you got to look at prime is something that could be looked at as relative. You know what I'm saying? Mayweather may have been in the best shape of his life because how disciplined he is with his body. Not everybody has the discipline of Mayweather.
True. So no, that's one thing for sure.
Just because I don't even think Mayweather drinks. I believe.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't drink it. He doesn't smoke. But he said it a few times. He says, "I drink soda, I eat pizza, I hang out with chicks all day, and these fighters still can't beat me."
And he runs miles every day. Every day.
I get it. Not everyone has the same prime, so these guys might be past their prime. Even though Mayweather, in fact, may be older, but he does hold a little bit of advantage by keeping his body right and keeping his mind focused. Right?
So
listen, he's not spending his time reading, so he's spending his time training.
He's spending his time reading. Come on, man. But hold on. So to finish up this topic here, who you have winning, Joe? How many rounds?
I got Pacquiao. Pacquiao say he's trying to knock him out before 7.
What?
He said he's trying to.
Maybe if this was like 2010,
not 7 round. Wow.
2010, 2011.
We'll see.
I got Pacquiao. I got Pacquiao winning, but I would love to see Broner fight Mayweather if this is the fight that leads you into Mayweather.
Right.
I want Broner to win, but Pacquiao is a better fighter. So I think Pacquiao got this.
Brother Q.
I got Pacquiao winning by TKO in the 10th round.
Okay.
I'm gonna shock people now. Adrian Broner is gonna win this fight by decision.
Shock.
That's possible. I mean, Pacquiao is pretty much a shell of himself.
If somebody get caught, I'll be surprised.
Yeah. I think Broner could get caught because he does leave himself.
I mean, true,
frequently.
But I think just thinking, I don't think he want to get caught again and be beat by Pacquiao. Like, there's nothing wrong with losing to Pacquiao. Pacquiao's one of the all-time greats. But to lose to Pacquiao, not at the Pacquiao stage of his career, and you're still 29, and you're losing to this old guy, that's not a good look, bro. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and say he is going to win this fight by decision. Split, maybe split, but he's going to win this fight definitely. All right, Brother Joe, what's the next topic you got for us, bro?
All right, man. So let's skip. So let's talk about the Warriors.
Hold on.
So let's say Warriors.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Before we begin, any topic we have here, including the last one that just passed, of course. If you have anything, any comments, anything you want to say, questions, or comments for anybody on the show, please comment in the comment section on FB Live. We'll be happy to answer them at a time we can get to it. Okay?
Yeah, just make sure just go under this video thread and comment and let us know what we're talking. Hit us up about what we're talking about or any questions or comments you may have.
Thank you, sir.
We'll answer them. What up, Harvey Grimes? What's going on? Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. The next topic which is basically the
hate alert.
The catalyst of this episode.
Hater alert.
Cheat code is the Golden State Warriors,
aka hater alert. Hater alert.
It ain't about hating because I may shock you a little bit today with this.
You and KD making peace now?
Never that.
Oh, okay.
KD's still a bitch, man. But KD's still a bitch. But, we're talking about if the Golden State Warriors is the greatest team of all time, especially this iteration. We know that DeMarcus Cousins hasn't played a single minute of basketball. But it doesn't seem to be stopping the Warriors' dominance against teams.
Well, of course not.
In the NBA. I mean, obviously they have 4 All-Stars and a guy who won Defensive Player of the Year. So, and a dude who used to be a number 1 option on the 76ers in Andre Iguodala. So,
wait a minute. He didn't even, when he got there, he was decrepit. I shouldn't say decrepit, but he was a role player at that point. He wasn't starting like that.
Don't
remember that he was in Denver.
He was starting.
Yeah, he won finals. He won finals MVP.
Finals MVP. Let's not be.
Did he start? He came off the bench and did that.
Well, he started actually.
He started that game.
Well, he started like the last 3 games of the series.
Yes, you're correct. You're correct.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if Iguodala could start on other teams right now,
he could. But go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
Okay, so this one is all the way Warriors the greatest team of all time.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts?
Give me your thoughts on that one.
No, go ahead, Joe. You this is your topic. Go ahead.
My thought. Okay. Do I think the Warriors are the greatest team of all time? Yes.
Well, why? Listen.
The reason being, as you know, the current state of the NBA, which to me is really impressive, and it kind of opened my mind to the ideas of why super teams had to be created, because the players of today is very exceptional. As you know, it is now the term is coined positionless basketball.
Right.
The thing with that is you have to have many skill sets to be able to play positionless basketball. And people used to laugh at me when I used to use that argument in the sense of, that I felt that Kobe had to guard harder athletes than Michael Jordan did.
He definitely did. I agree. I'd agree with that.
Because
come on, man. That's what was in front of him. What do you want him to do?
No, nobody's blaming him for that.
I get what you're saying, but my argument for the fact that which I said, even though Jordan has his stats and those things, Kobe had to deal with a lot harder athletes, and Kobe had to play kind of in the in half of the LeBron generation. As you all know, Kobe came in '96, LeBron came in 2003. So they shared kind of that limelight together ever since, after 2010, would you agree? Like 2010 and beyond?
Well, probably 2009.
2009. Yeah, you remember the MVP puppet commercials and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
But my thing is that positionless basketball is a real thing. There's guys every day who's trying to come out, big men who are trying to be Anthony Davis or Joel Embiid or DeMarcus Cousins. This is like the game of today. And the reason why I say the Warriors is the best team of all time, because you think about it, they got a guy who there's only a few guys that revolutionized the game of basketball, and Golden State happened to has two of those guys on one team.
Yeah,
Steph Curry with his shooting ability, like actually taking threes by the Oracle sign, and them, being the good shots. And Kevin Durant. Yeah. Kevin Durant, who's just a 7-footer with guard handle skills, who could pull up from 30 and do whatever he wants with the basketball, who's actually become exceptionally well on the defensive side, strength of his teammates. But they're just a really good team, man. And I think in any era, these guys would destroy, like a lot of people, Bird was a beast. I mean, Bird was a problem. But I think a guy like Kevin Durant would just, with the speed and the length and the height and the skill, would just kill a guy like Bird. The only thing I can counter that is that a guy like Bird or the guys of their time, if the games was playing like that of today, I think those guys, because they were such great basketball players, would be able to, learn those skill sets of today's NBA. So, I mean, unfortunately, that's something that we won't be able to see because our Father Time rules all. But I definitely think this Warrior team, man, just with the catalyst of their two strong points of Curry and Durant, and then you got Klay Thompson, man, who just can shoot out.
Light skin Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? And he got, and the crazy thing is, it's like watching Reggie Miller like 2.0.
No. That's like 4.0. But this guy, the man only took 13 dribbles to score 52 points.
We know Klay could
13.
Get it. Yeah. We know Klay could get off. We know Draymond Green could give you a quadruple double some nights, so he's close to it. He could definitely give you a triple double, and he does it without scoring the basketball. And one of the things, I hate on the Warriors a lot. Big Sherm, you attest to this a lot. The one thing
the masses know. The masses know.
Yeah, the masses know. But the one thing I do, enjoy about the Warriors, if I was a teammate on that team, is that even though you're breaking my record, I'm happy to keep giving you assists.
Exactly.
And Steph Curry, he's like, look, man, shoot out the gym. Klay, shoot out the gym. And, sometimes, Draymond Green understands his role, and he's able to find that niche and that defined role within the team. And like he said a few days ago, he wants to be the defensive player of the year. He was a little bit upset that he became second team last year. So he's on a mission to get that defensive player of the year award. And on a team like Golden State, you can't really say I want to be the best scorer, because then that's a
wash.
That's a lot. But I mean, that team is amazing.
No, not a lot, but that's a wash for Draymond, of course.
Yeah, but talking about Draymond,
right? But brother, there's a brother in Toronto who has something to say about defensive player of the year.
Oh, definitely. And there's a brother in Utah that got something to say.
No. I hear you. But
there's a brother in Detroit.
No. Oh, no. Not after what happened last night, my man.
Man,
Not after what happened last night.
You talking about Andre? You talking about Andre and B?
No. If you can go on the LBR blog, check out Brothers Q's post about Andre Drummond getting owned by Embiid. The process is here now, people. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, listen. But this Golden State, and then you think about it. When is I wanted to ask, I'm not too sure. When is DeMarcus Cousins slated to come back?
He's supposed to be coming back around January.
Well, depending on the record of the Warriors, which probably is going to be kind of good anyway. So you're probably looking at the earliest is January. The latest would be probably February, like more like March. Get ready for the playoff run.
Damn, it's crazy, man. And then you saw Steve Kerr's comment. We ain't gonna be able to afford him next year, so we gonna get him a ring. We're gonna give him a ring this year.
And this is what I wanted to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
First of all, like I tell people all the time, no one wanted Boogie because he was a malcontent.
Pelicans was offering him 2 years.
Listen, they said he was a malcontent, which means he's a head case. They're not gonna deal with it.
Even so, Pelicans offer him 2 years, 40 million.
I hear you, but where is he now?
See, my thing is with Cousins joining.
He wanted a ring. So
my thing.
So who don't want a ring, Joe?
He could have got a ring. You think
Joe, lie to yourself and he could have got a ring with the Pelicans.
You think that guy in New Orleans can't get a championship?
Son.
Nah, him and Davis was a beast. Him and Davis was a monster duo.
The monster duo, but it wasn't getting you over the hump.
Well, we don't know because they never made it to the playoffs. They never made it to the playoffs.
So who's going to guard Klay Thompson?
Hold on, you know what was New Orleans' problem? They don't have perimeter players outside of Drew Holiday.
I'm about to say,
which finally he decided to step his game up to his all-star level that he was in his last season of Philly last year. His last year in Philly, when he was in New Orleans, he decided to step his game up. And it didn't really happen to the playoffs when he decided to chose to shut one of my favorite players down, Damian Lillard. My thing is the Pelicans remind me of the Clippers, where they are voided of wing players that can defend. They try to make it work with Solomon Hill and Etuan Moore and freaking what's the other guy, Miller? I forgot his name. I don't think it's Dennis Miller, but it's
Dennis Miller.
And you know what I mean? They don't have the perimeter play,
right?
And they don't. In this team, in this age of basketball, you need 3 all-stars. And as good as Boogie and AD was, they need that third superstar that can handle the load. Because even you think about it, even the role players can bring it. You get a role player who comes in and gives you 20, sometimes a night. Shit, a guy who was a former shell of himself gave you 50 the other night. So it's like, the Warriors are the things is that they're consistent. If there's other teams that can have that consistency, like add CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard to the last year Pelican teams.
That's a team, man. That's a team.
And DeMarcus Cousins, they may be a problem, but due to the fact that other teams are voided of the talent that Golden State has, it just makes it it makes it really hard. It makes it really hard to compete. Listen, the Rockets were willing to give up 4 pieces to a guy who has a player option next year and who distorts locker rooms.
Oh, Jimmy Butler.
So this is where the rest of the league is at. It's like, look, we're trying to catch up to the Warriors to the point where Magic and Rob Pelinka had to build a team over there in LA that had the contrast from the shooting that Golden State has, just so they have the ability to attack Golden State defensively. We won't know how that works until the playoffs, but teams out there in the association right now are just trying anything to kind of just close the gap. And the Rockets, to me, kind of fell off because they
don't got no defense. They miss a reason. They miss a reason
anymore. They don't have about Mute and Ariza.
Yeah, they got some old washed up infomercial Mello out there shooting jumpers.
Hey, he had 28 the other
I don't
night.
give a goddamn. They're still
by Rose performance, so we don't know.
Shout out to Derrick Rose though.
That doesn't help on the defensive side. I can tell you that much.
But hold on, getting back to the topic. Brother Q? We'll continue with you. Do you feel the Golden State Warriors are the best team in the history of this league?
Well, you know something, it's really hard for me to say there's a team better than the Shaq and Kobe Lakers, but
I love that team.
Yeah,
of course y'all do, Laker lovers.
Well, I mean, I started watching basketball around that time.
I get it.
Yeah.
Laker Nation all day.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd have to agree, man. They are the best team, and they changing the game at the same time, not just with the players, but how they just sort of sway other good players into coming to play for their franchise. And because when you think about it, see, here's the problem that I had with Boogie Cousins signing. It's the fact that he said he would take max money and then he joined them for mid-level exception money.
Yeah,
but that's the only problem.
But this is after the fact that no one wanted him, and he was injured. He was just coming off injury. You're not going to take a dude with
40 mil, man.
But you're not going to take a dude with damaged goods. He's damaged goods. You don't know how good he is. That's why Boogie's there now.
Boogie Cousins is going to be just fine. His game was never above the rim. He always used skill and power. Boogie Cousins would be just fine.
It's still an injury, bro. You don't know.
It's an Achilles.
It's an Achilles.
Yeah, and he's a big man.
This is what took out Kobe, son. Eventually,
I get it. Well, Kobe at that time has played
right, but still,
he was in his 17th season in the league.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
He had a lot of playoff minutes. Boogie Cousins has not barely sniffed the playoffs.
Barely, he hasn't. He's never played in the playoffs.
He hasn't.
So Boogie definitely hasn't logged the same minutes. And Boogie's also younger, so
okay.
I think Boogie has a better chance in coming back from an Achilles injury than a guy who played 17 years and logged just as much minutes in playoff minutes as he did in regular season minutes. So that's a little bit. Those two injuries are a little bit too different. You know what I mean? I know guards will heal a little bit quicker than a big man. Big man, you know, it takes a little bit longer. But I definitely think the state in which the year in which Boogie injured his and the age, it does play a factor compared to when Kobe was injured his Achilles and at the age that he did. But Q, just to elaborate a little bit more on that Golden State thing.
Well, I'd say they got the ability to just sway players to come over. Steph Curry is a and I mean, shit, if you ask me, Steph Curry's the second best point guard of all time. Only Magic Johnson is ahead of him.
Really? You put him on? Really?
Yeah.
Imagine?
Yeah, because I mean, when you think about it,
I gotta let the Laker people talk. So go ahead, Laker people. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you think about it, I mean, his achievements, his impact on the game, how he's revolutionized the game. Who could you really say is better than him besides Magic? You know,
you're right. You know what? If you talk about it from the standpoint, I know that the game of being a point guard is to get assists, and I'm always surprised for a guy who has as many shooters as he does on his team that he doesn't have more assists. But you know, a lot of these guys are now combo guards. They're two guards in a one's body.
Yeah.
I would say Curry is kind of a test to that as well. I mean, but from a generational talent, he definitely is, because now what Curry has done has made the 3-point shot just exciting as a Vince Carter.
Exactly. He got little kids going to the park pulling up threes from distance.
From the half court, bro.
Yeah, and I mean it's clearly because
that's
of
still
him.
A back shot, but if you're Steph Curry or Troy Way,
oh God, Jesus Christ,
then I think it might be okay. But you know what, Quincy? You know I hate all them Golden State motherfuckers. Yes, I do. But Steph Curry is probably the second best point guard under Magic Johnson. I would argue Chris Paul. I do love Chris Paul game. I think he's a true point.
Yeah, but how much he hasn't accomplished?
He's the last of the Mohicans.
He hasn't accomplished as much as Steph Curry has accomplished.
He hasn't accomplished, and that's the thing. The thing people forget. I mean, it seemed like so long ago Durant joined this team. They were 73-9 without Kevin Durant.
Exactly.
Steph Curry was the catalyst.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I might have to agree. As much as I love Westbrook, and you know how I would think it was either last season or 2 seasons ago. I was like adamant that Westbrook was the best point guard in the association.
My times have changed, have they?
Yeah, listen, man. You get wiser every year. So
yeah, they also the Warriors. I'd say they revolutionized ball movement. Look how they move the ball.
But
it
you know
so
what?
nice.
I would agree with you, but for years, Greg Popovich and the Spurs been doing this, man.
Exactly. This is nothing new.
So I can't say they revolutionized. They made it more flashy, where San Antonio was really more fundamental because they didn't have a guy like Steph Curry who was really, really good with that. That's the thing.
No. What they had?
That's the thing.
Hold on. What they had was the greatest power forward in the history of basketball.
Yes, they did.
That's all they needed, bro. And then Tony Parker to add on top of that, bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't much more you needed than that.
It wasn't the ball handling flashiness of Steph Curry. But man, I tell you, San Antonio been doing this for years. It's just been really boring watching San Antonio. And Steve Kerr has been able to kind of manifest that with the skill set of the players that he has to make it interesting. So to me, I look at the Warriors as the greatest team of all time. It hurts me to say this, especially being a Lakers, especially being a Lakers fan. But to me, Warriors is the greatest team of all time because they have the grit. They have the grit and well. Let me be clear. This iteration, even though Boogie has never played a single minute in a Golden State uniform, this iteration of the Golden State Warriors is probably the best team of all time. Is the best team of all time.
All right, you want to hear what I think now?
Yeah.
I'm going to surprise people myself. They are not the greatest. The greatest basketball team I ever saw was the Bulls, the 72-win Bulls. They had everything. Well, they didn't have the three-point shooting back then as it was now. But as a complete team and the way they ran through the playoffs,
yes.
That was like, I watched that. Like, I'm not saying Bill Russell.
We're talking about the 2001 Lakers? No, let me see.
Stupid. Nah, we're talking about the Bulls team that was dominating everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a year that, there was a fear that, especially in the first championship versus Utah, like they were going to lose. Like, Karl Malone them was a challenge. Stockton, Malone, Hornacek. Like, they were the challenge to these guys.
Yeah.
Golden State really has not had a challenge yet. Well, Cleveland, but a series of events
Cleveland was never a challenge.
I wouldn't say Golden State never had a challenge. It's just that the teams that are a challenge to some teams, they just nothing to Golden State.
Again, I'm coming back to 16 when they had Kyrie. They were, to tell you the truth, me personally, Golden State was supposed to win that series in 5, at least in 5. This series of events with Draymond kicking people in the nuts, and then Iguodala with his back.
Guys, give me a sec. I'll be right back. I just got told something. Continue.
Okay, cool. A series of events just happened. You feel me? So it's like, yo, they could have dusted this team off easy in 5. Ever since I've been watching the Golden State Warriors, the only chance that I've seen is in the conference finals for them when they have to face OKC, who had KD at the time, and at that time it was like, oh shit, the ship might sink. But then here comes Clay hitting. I think he scored 32, 35 points in Game 6 and saved their season. You feel me? But I still don't think it was a true challenge. The Bulls had challenges. They had Indiana.
But these teams they were destroying, man.
They didn't destroy Indiana. It took 7. It took 7 games for
but we talking about that 72-10 year,
right?
That 72-10 year, they didn't play against Indiana.
Who did they play against? I know they played against Miami.
Let me look it up because I know for sure.
Okay.
I know for sure. I know for a fact they played against the Knicks in the second round, I believe. Mm-hmm. and they beat them in 5.
Sorry, folks. Our statistician rating went away too, so we got to do it by then. We want to get it right for y'all.
Yeah, we want to be.
But
right.
as you continue to find that, my thing is the Bulls were challenged a lot. They had a lot of challengers out there. Even Miami in '97, that Miami team with Rashawn Leonard talking about, we gonna beat, we got a shot to beat the Bulls, and they were swept.
Exactly.
They were swept.
Exactly.
But
I mean, it shows how
they were swept. But then you had those tough games against the Knicks. Those series against the Knicks were tough. And Jordan will tell you that in a heartbeat. Those series were tough.
I mean, they were pretty much destroying the Knicks. I mean,
No, but still, they gave them a series. It always went 6 or 7 games. And they wasn't sweeping nobody. They were grinding wins. They were so, listen, the year they played the Nets in '97.
that was pretty easy.
That was pretty easy.
Who was on the Nets? Derek Coleman?
Kerry Killer. But Jordan said himself. He said, yo, that's the hardest 3 games I've ever had in my life. They swept them in 3. Yes.
Okay. I'm on 96, the year that they went 72.
Oh, the 96. Okay, thank you.
They swept Indiana in the first. No, not Indiana. They swept Miami in the first round.
Right.
They beat the Knicks in 5, and then they swept the Magic. Then they beat the Supersonics in 6.
Okay, good. Now that I got that, you got the refresher in there. Those teams, they were tough. Those were the tougher teams in the league. The Knicks, the Pacers. Those were the tougher
not the Pacers. The Heat. That was the Heat they played against. They played against.
You just said they swept the Heat, bro.
Yeah, they swept the Heat. They beat the Knicks. Then they beat
the Magic.
They swept the Magic.
And that was the year Jordan came. After the year Jordan came back.
Yeah.
Right. To me, that team right there, they dominated. But I still think they had more. To me, as I watched it, I feel like they still had more of a hill to climb than what Golden State's dealing with now. Did you? They obliterate everybody. The Warriors. The Bulls wasn't obliterating everybody. They had that 1 year in '96, but even the year after, when they had to go against Miller again, that's the game I'm talking about. That's to me was their toughest series. Those Bulls teams to me were tough. And you want to talk about the whole dynasty thing, because Golden State is a dynasty now.
They definitely are.
Against the Bulls dynasty, I think the Bulls dynasty road was tougher than the Warriors are right now.
We can't just talk about the roads. Also, we also got to think about who's on the teams. And I mean, Golden State definitely would have the odds on their favor. They got the strength in the numbers.
But what about the rules? Because that's the main thing now. The rules were different. The rules were different. You could hand check and all that stuff back then. And a lot of people are saying now, if the Warriors were back then, if the Warriors were how they're constructed now, if they were back in '96. They would have no shot. They would have no shot because you can grab, you can pull. You can get in their hands.
How you gonna stop them from shooting?
What? You can't stop them from shooting?
They're a far better shooting team.
But you can muck the game up more with that rule set. You can muck the game up more. You ain't gonna get those free releases and all that stuff like that. All those picks. People are bum rushing picks at that point. They're not blowing the whistle every minute. Are you crazy?
Well, yeah.
In '96,
what's up, guys? What's up?
Oh, about this. Who the hell was that? Oh,
Right.
Back now?
Yeah, my bad. I had to do something real quick.
You all right over there, bro?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good now.
Okay.
It would have fucked me up in the morning if I didn't do it, though.
Oh, I got you. Work is work, brother. I got you. But I was saying,
Yeah.
Joe, I was saying that I was comparing the dynasties of the Bulls and of the Warriors. And to me,
Yeah.
I said the Bulls dynasty road was a lot harder, which to me is more impressive than what the Warriors are doing now to me.
Well, a lot of people don't know though. The Bulls were breezing through teams. They really were.
Wait. The 72 team was. There were other series, even back in 92, 93, where they had tough series against the Knicks.
Well, yeah. Okay. In 92, I know for a fact they swept Miami in the first round. They did beat the Knicks in 7. Then they beat Cleveland in 6.
Listen, their roads were tougher. The games were tougher. The Golden State don't have to
their
deal with
roads
that.
are tougher, but then again, the Warriors' roads ain't as tough because of who's on the team. Their team is better. That's.
I hear you, but that question was asked: which team are the Golden State Warriors the best team ever. I say no, even though I love their brand of basketball. And furthermore, and a lot of people don't give them credit for this, they play defense.
They definitely do.
They're number one in defense almost every friggin' year.
The number 2 this year. No.
Number 2, you see? Number 2. They don't give them enough credit. But I like those teams back in the day that were grinding. You had to grind out. Yeah. You had to grind out a win to really say like, yo, we did something. Now these days it's easy.
But but those teams,
I'm not poo-pooing it, but I'm saying it was easier. It's easier now.
Yeah, the Warriors breezed through everybody. The only thing that could beat the Warriors is their
injuries,
their complacency
and injuries. Always,
injuries. They get bored. But as you can see, any of them could go for 50 any night. So
yeah,
when you got 3 guys could go.
That's why I put them over the Bulls, and the Bulls didn't have 4 All-Stars in their prime.
Listen, they don't.
That's not their fault. Listen, their teams were built. The teams were built through the draft, just like that. Just like the Warriors team was basically built through the draft.
It was built through the draft. Yeah,
all those teams were built. So everybody's saying, "Oh." Because you know what I hear a lot? Oh, if Clay wasn't there, something they were drafted there. It's not like they came through like KD came through.
I don't think that people say if Clay wasn't there. I think people say if KD wasn't there.
If KD was, but people are paying these stupid remarks.
This is the thing. People were fans of that 73-9 team.
But they didn't win, and I keep telling y'all they didn't win nothing.
Go ahead, my fault.
My bad. But I'm just saying that team didn't win nothing. And that was my point all along.
Yeah, they won the year before.
Right, but they didn't have 73-9. They won 73-9.
Do you think their regular season, the year? So you think the season they won the title, they had a better regular season?
Wait, you talking about the 73 win team?
No, I'm talking about the team before that.
I think it was their right. I think, to tell you the truth, let me think about that.
They had a better season than 73-9.
Oh, well, of course.
They just lost the main thing, which makes it overall as a competitor a bad thing. Except if you're
and Jordan Durant. Said it himself.
Except if you're Kevin Durant. But,
oh my God, these fucking guy in this Durant. Let the man have his championships in peace, bro. Jesus Christ.
Yo, I said, they could have pulled any guy off the YMCA and they would have won a championship.
Now you pulling guys out the YMCA to play with these guys? Yeah. I'm pretty sure they would appreciate it.
They would have won a championship. You don't think so? Right now they would be showing all their friends at the rec center of the ring.
Listen,
they'll be showing all their friends at the rec center of their ring. Oh, look what I got! I got a championship, NBA champion. Of course.
Oh, well, I would do it too. I ain't gonna lie.
He would have cleaned the bum off the street and he would have won a championship.
I would have done it too. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I was bumming the strip like, hey man, look my ring right here, baby.
Listen, it ain't hard, man. It ain't hard. Those guys. First of all, they make it easy by the system they play.
And they're unselfish.
Look at Nick Young. Nick Young was able to get a ring. It's like it's your one-stop shop. If you want to get, if your career about to end and you know you want to get a ring, just go to Golden State. They get you one, no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? All you got to pay is the fee, $9.99. That's all you got to do. If you want a ring, go to Golden State. You know what I'm saying? They gave Kevin Durant too.
What? Listen, he wanted to be there.
That's fine, but they still gave him two.
No. He's the Finals MVP. He
won Finals MVP.
Right. He earned those.
All right, they still gave him two.
No. You say gave. He didn't
give him two. He joined the 73-9 team. They
didn't win anything.
Understand what I'm saying. They went 73-9. They gave him a ring.
Well, and it was saying that they didn't win anything. They beat themselves that year. They definitely
did.
I
told you, the series of events.
Quincy, exactly.
Yo, it was a series of events that happened.
Like Cleveland went and you acting like Cleveland went and beat them.
Demolished.
Didn't I just tell you? You wasn't here for this. A series of events happened that made that championship team for the Cleveland Cavaliers happen.
All right, we going a little bit too long.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Big Sean, what you think? Warriors greatest team all time? No.
No, I say no.
QB, you say yeah?
Yeah.
I say yeah, even though I hate all them motherfuckers.
I know you do.
Next topic. Except for Klay Thompson, I like him. He remind me of
light skin Jesus.
Because he reminded me of John B. And I was a huge
light skin Jesus, like I said. Come on.
I don't know about this light skin Jesus.
Listen, light skin raining threes like that.
Jesus,
he light skin Jesus.
Jesus
okay?
black or a brown person. I don't know about this light skin.
You ain't joking, man. Come on, man.
He's not in the Middle East being a light skinned person.
Oh, come on. Oh my God. Can we get to the next topic, please?
All right. Next topic we're talking about, man. We're talking about the hot seat that Luke Walton may or may not be on due to reports. We got this little thing called react or overreact. And basically we take a scenario that any sports topic just so happens to be on the Lakers because Laker Nation up in this piece, but
bias. I see Sherman's wearing purple today.
It's about Luke Walton. It's about Luke Walton.
Joe, you see Sherman wearing the purple?
Leave my purple hoodie alone, sir. Okay.
Purple hoodie. Oh, he looking like the Toronto Raptors today, huh? Barney and shit.
Kawhi Leonard, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Defense, bro.
Oh, I ain't never hear.
Lie today. Lie today. I never talked about Kawhi. Lie.
I'm just trying to hear a Kawhi fan.
Lie. Have I not been talking about Kawhi this whole time?
I suspect him a Golden State fan. I suspect him a Golden State.
I ain't know.
He backs him up on everything.
I don't back him up on everything. I'm just saying what was right. What was done. He did it right.
Well, Kevin Durant's attorney all of a sudden.
I ain't his attorney. I just told you what's going to happen.
He got you on retainer.
Listen, he ain't giving me no money, so this is off my free will, bro.
You gotta go knock on his door.
Nah, I don't have to do not a goddamn thing. They ain't arrested me on site. Get out of here.
All right, okay. So back to the Luke Walton being on the hot seat for the Lakers.
So
would you say this is a situation where people are overreacting or reacting just right to this Luke Walton situation?
I would say people are overreacting because the season is only 9 games in. I mean, I understand the Lakers are 4-5, but you got to realize that they're a brand new team. They're still trying to learn to gel with one another, and they are starting to gel with one another. I think they won 3 games in a row, or at least 2 games.
Two games.
Yeah, so I mean, the Lakers are starting to play better as time progresses, as we can see. So, I mean, if you fire a coach right now or you say he's in the hot seat, it's a little bit too premature for that now.
Yeah. I think so as well. Big Sherm, what are you thinking?
I think it's a reaction of this. It's not an overreaction. It's the right reaction because
of course he said that. Of course he was. I'm not surprised he said that.
You shouldn't be.
Exactly.
You really shouldn't be.
Exactly.
Because LeBron's about winning. He's about winning. He's about winning, bro.
I get it, bro.
He is.
Hold on. He's about winning. He doesn't want to start slow. He don't want to start slow.
He started slow in Miami. He started slow back in Cleveland.
Is Chris Bosh there? Is D-Wade there? Are they there?
But he knew what he was getting into when he joined the Lakers.
Come on, bro.
He knew what he was getting into.
But, bro.
If that's the case, then why'd you sign the contract?
That's what I'm saying. Because you know why? Because LeBron is getting ready for his second career after basketball.
So you feel...
That is why he signed the contract.
So you feel so y'all feel you're not going to get no free agents in the next year or two?
No.
I think they would.
Yeah, this is what Magic has said. They have money next year.
They do
to acquire a max player. Now, if guys are willing to play with LeBron, because LeBron isn't the easiest guy to play with, and guys have said that numerous amount of times. But if I'm the Lakers, and I know this is going on topic a little bit, if I'm the Lakers, and I would trade for that max slot. One of the pieces they're talking about.
Who?
One of the pieces they're talking about is Bradley Beal. I wouldn't pay. Now Bradley Beal is getting max money, but I wouldn't
want him on the Lakers.
I wouldn't use that max.
What?
I wouldn't want him on the Lakers.
The Washington Wizards? What? Y'all don't want one of the Washington Wizards players?
What's that got to do with anything?
First of all,
what's that got to do with anything?
Yo, listen.
What does that have to do with anything?
Laker Nation don't want Bradley Beal.
Why?
I already said they don't want. I don't want Paul George, and Paul George is better than him.
Bryant reincarnate. We don't care about nobody else that play that 2-guard position.
Oh my
It
God!
don't matter
Come on,
to
man.
us.
Come on,
Right.
I think that would mess up the chemistry with Bradley Beal.
It would.
Come on, man.
Man, I mean, I already said I don't want Paul George, and he's better than Bradley Beal.
Playoff fucking piece of shit.
Listen.
Please, playoff P.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Sherman hates him. Hate.
I don't hate the man, bro, but don't give yourself a name, bro.
Sherman hates Paul George just as much as I hate.
No, but because he's giving himself a name he don't deserve.
No, you're right, and you're totally right. And he probably jinxed himself giving him that name. Just let them have you. Let someone give you a nickname.
Exactly, but continue.
But if I'm the Lakers, the only max player that I'm trading for, because I know he still has 2+ years left on his contract, is Anthony Davis.
That's gonna be a little tricky, bro.
Which I would send everybody in the barn.
Everybody.
I would send everybody.
You're gonna Thanos the whole crew,
and give a signed autograph. Kobe Bryant 2008 MVP jersey. I would trade the house except for Brandon Ingram, and I would build that team with Ingram, Davis, and LeBron. As good as Kuzma is right now, and I know he's like the hot commodity, especially being a 28th pick 2 seasons ago.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. Ingram just has to get it together because his upside is there. He may never get it together, but that's a gamble I'm willing to take. Obviously, I'm not Rob Pelinka, so he has more on his hand than I do. But the only person I'm trading for to take up that max slot next year is Anthony Davis, because he is up there as one of the top 5 best players. If not, he's number 6 right on the outside. But the whole Luke Walton thing, I think it's an overreaction. I think the way Magic handled it, there was reports that the meeting was kind of volatile. And Magic is always a guy who's smiling, but if you talk to former teammates, Magic can be the devil himself.
He's cutthroat, bro.
Which is understandable because you want to win.
Now, son, like, this is the Lakers, man. This is one of the prestigious franchises in the world. Not even in the United States, in the world.
Yeah,
losing is not an option. And listen, I don't care if it's 1-6, 4-5. If the Lakers are losing, you're going to hear about it.
But why are we making a big deal about it when this team hasn't made the playoffs in 5 years? So suddenly it's a big deal because they're starting 4-5.
Because you have the so-called, he called himself the best player in the world.
Yeah,
he is.
Well, he is.
All right.
But what's wrong with that?
He's only one man. He's only one man.
When you make
a new system, you know what I'm saying? He has a new head coach. He has new teammates. He's in a new town. It's not going to come easy. They're 4-5. So obviously they're starting to make the right corrections. Luke Walton has to get his time management down. He has to get his roster
management. He the goddamn coach.
No,
listen, time management.
No, but this is what I'm saying. He has to be able to make the adjustments with the roster, because that's the main gripe that Magic has now. Now, since then, as Quincy has stated, they have won 2 games in a row. They are now 4-5. They got a chance to go. They got a chance to be 500. There's 82 games in a season. They're not the Washington Wizards, which is 1-7.
I told you so, by the way.
Or the New York Knicks, who you said would go to the playoffs. The New York Knicks.
Hey, listen, the Knicks are fighting, bro. They fighting.
Yeah, but they losing.
They're losing, but they fighting. They don't look like the Wizards.
They losing.
They don't look like the Wizards.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't got their big man, Dwight Howard.
Who the fuck cares about Dwight Howard? Who's that? Come on.
Well, D12, baby.
Please. And then they're going to say this dude shooting 3-pointers now. We don't need him to shoot no damn 3-pointers. Collect some boards, play some defense. We don't need you shooting threes. This is not your NBA now. You had your shot and you didn't fix your game.
You're definitely right about that. But we're gonna end the show on that today.
Got my blood pressure up, man. The fuck?
I'm sorry, Big Sir.
Fucking Washington Wizards.
You said the Knicks would go to the playoffs, though.
Listen,
you said the Knicks would go to the playoffs.
And I can't believe I'm even saying
that. The Knicks without Porzingis.
Well, no, the Wizards are going to the playoffs still. The Knicks aren't. I'm still.
Well, the Wizards ain't go to the motherfucking playoffs either.
No, the Wizards will go.
John Wall don't built the wall right there in Washington, where he will stay and rot. Enjoy the money, though, my man. Enjoy the money.
All right,
it's a lot of money.
I wanna thank you guys for tuning in for another episode. As always, it's fun kicking it with Big Sherm and Q.
Thank you, sir. We're doing this remotely, by the way.
Yeah, remotely. Yeah, I'm not here. I'll be there. Definitely next week live with you guys. So it should be fun. We could do this in person. There was a little delay, but I want to thank you guys for just listening. If you got anything in between shows, you can also go on our Facebook page, which is LBR Sports Blog. We have our YouTube channel under the same name. Let's Be Real Sportscast. You got any questions or comments or topics that you want to discuss or segments you would like to introduce or even hear us talk about? Just definitely comment on those pages
and talk to us. I'm gonna talk to you if y'all say something. I'm gonna talk to y'all now. This is gonna be talk to you. Y'all see my picture on Facebook. I'm gonna be there talking. So talk to me now. I'm here for y'all.
All right, man. So thank you guys, and that's it for episode 53.
That's it. Cheat code.
Cheat code.
Peace.